So first off, for anyone who's unfamiliar with you, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Allahnaj. I am an artist out of Boston, and say, what else you want me to tell you?
Cool. So, first off, you said you were from Boston.
Yeah.
How was that experience growing up for you in Boston?
Well, I grew up in Boston, but I went to school in Brookline. So I had like two different experiences. Like I grew up in the hood, and then like I went to school with a bunch of white people who like kind of admired the hood, which was weird. So yeah, it was I learned a lot, I could say that, like, but I also like learned a lot living where I live too. So it was cool.
What do you think was like the biggest advantage going to school in that type of environment?
Honestly, the education. Like, it was so much. I had friends who went to school in Boston. We were in the same grade, but they weren't learning at the same level that I was. So it was actually kind of sad because there's a problem there. Get that shit fixed, Boston Public Schools.
Nah, I completely identify with that because I grew up in Milford and went to public school, but like I still survive today off things I learned in high school, you know, because of the level of education. So, what got you into making music?
So, one day during the pandemic, let me tell y'all, I was just mad heartbroken. I started spitting. But it actually came out fire. But I've been around music my whole life. Like, my mother used to sing. My grandmother used to play the piano. I learned how to play the piano from her. All my aunts and cousins used to sing. So everybody has like some type of musical talent. My mom was just really big on school, so I had to read.
So you know how to play the piano?
I can play the piano. I can play the flute. I can like strum on the guitar, but it's not. But the piano and the flute for sure.
So could we get anything with you playing instruments in the future?
I don't know, maybe. Maybe if I like find something that I'm like, you know what, do, and I'm just feeling the flow. I ain't played a piano in a long time, y'all. Like, for real.
Okay, that's different. So, along with playing instruments, like, was there any church behind that? Because I know a lot of people who play instruments grew up in church.
Yeah, so my mom, she wasn't really big on church. Like, she believed in, like, God. She was, like, real spiritual and, like, positivity and finding your own way. So she never forced me to go to church. She just, like, forced me to finish school. She was not playing around with that.
Cool. So when you finished school, was there any college after that, or?
Yes. So I went to school for psychology. I'm in school right now for my master's in business psychology. So hoping to finish that as soon as possible because I'm so tired of school. But if you really believe in it, I say finish. You know what I mean? But it's cool.
So with all those things under your belt, you can play instruments, you're educated. How would you best describe your sound?
Me, like, it's me, like, the flow is different, but it's me, like, I don't sound like anybody else, it's just me.
Okay. Are there any female rappers in Boston that you rock with?
Yeah, I fuck with Shay Bands. She is such a talented young girl.
She is tough.
No bullshit. This girl, Naughty, with 2 Y's, because she's extra. That's what she said. She's fire too. Like, who else is there? My homegirl Kaomi, like, she don't rap, but she kind of rap sing, but she's fire too. And who else is there? I feel like I don't want to miss out on nobody, but at the top of my head, that's all. Actually, no, there's this girl that I just heard the other day, like, Nati B. She's great. Shells with a Z. She's great too. I'm like, don't be mad at me if I miss people, okay?
So, could we see any work with you and any of those female artists in the future?
I hope so. Like, don't be scared, I'm nice. I like people.
For somebody who's never heard of you, what's one song you would tell them to listen to get familiar with you?
My Trapper freestyle on SoundCloud, like, that's...
Trapper?
Yeah, that shit was fire! It was so fire! That's probably the first freestyle that I did that I was like, yo, this shit is fire. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, definitely that.
So when you say freestyle, was it like off the top of the head, or?
Nah, so my freestyles are written, like, I can write off the top of my head, but if you ask me to spit something, it might sound crazy. I ain't about to hold you, but I be in my room trying to practice. It still sound crazy in my room, y'all. I ain't about to. But if you ask me to write some fire shit for you, I got you. Like, I could definitely do that.
If you wasn't making music, what would you be doing?
The same thing that I do, like, now. I have a cosmetics line. I work at a university. I'm not going to say which one, just for privacy reasons. I'm like, and those are two things that I really wanted to do, like, own a business and have, like, a 9-to-5 that I could be sustainable with. Don't quit your day job if you ain't got no money to pay for your stuff. Like, not a smart thing.
That's a fact. So, if you could do a feature with any artist, who would it be?
Yo, tell Jadakiss I said what's up. I will write whatever song he want me to write. I will listen to that man. Just, yo, that's my top. I gotta get to him before it's too late. Like, before he be like, nah, I'm retired. Like, don't retire before you get a song with me. Please. And my real name's Jada. Like, come on now, it means something.
That's tough. What about Jadakiss attracts you to his style?
I love the way he spits. I love his vibe. I can't say like I love him as a person, but what I hear through the music, he's just such a fire artist. Like, and he's so humble, and it would be an honor to get a song with him. Like, honestly. Yeah. I grew up off listening to him and Styles P. Like, my cousin used to play their music all the time. Like, yeah.
What's your favorite Jada song?
Knock Yourself Out. Everywhere we go, people wanna know.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm like, honestly, every song I hear from him I like. Every freestyle I hear from him. I'm really bad with like titles too, y'all, don't kill me, but I'm so good with music, and that man is like, he's everything. Did
you get to see the versus battle with them and Dipset?
No, but I heard it was fire.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I actually got to meet Jadakiss one time. I'm telling you. Remember this face, sir?
So, what social media platform would you say is your favorite?
I say Instagram.
Instagram?
Because, like, I can network better on Instagram. There's so many people there from, like, all over the world. So I'm not just, like, stuck with Boston. There's nothing wrong with being just stuck in Boston. But I do want to be everywhere else, too. Like,
I see that you travel a lot as well. What do you think is your favorite place to travel?
My favorite place? I would have to say Croatia.
Oh.
Like, my top place. I've been there twice. I went to Ultra Music Festival there. Like, I love that country. Like, love it. I need to get back, but the world's like, they going crazy right now, so I'm chill.
Speaking of the world, the war in Ukraine, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is that people are being very selfish in the higher parts of our nation, and they need to get the fuck together. What's wrong with them? But don't come over here trying to blow up shit, because I'm just speaking my mind.
So, what's next for Allahnaj, as far as the music?
So I'm working on a project right now. It's called The Beginning. It's my first project ever, and I'm so proud of it because honestly, every song on that shit is fire. Like, I know people be like, my song is fire, and then you hear it and you be like, no, my shit is fire. Like, I can't wait to put it out. I'm so proud of myself. I'm like in the studio now trying to record and get everything perfect, but I'm gonna drop it sometime like in the summer. I was gonna do it for my birthday, but I don't want to rush it. If it ain't right, I'll cry, y'all. I'll be mad sad. Other than that, yeah, trying to do more shows, trying to travel to different cities to network with different artists. Like, I actually did a song with this dude in Philly, son of the 215. He's like on tour with Freeway and like Memphis Bleak and shit. And that song is, y'all can't wait till y'all hear my project.
I actually heard that song. How did that feature come about?
So one day he asked me to do a song with him. Like, I guess he's been following my music for a while, and we've been like following each other on Instagram. He asked me to be on a song that he did, and so I was like, alright, bet. So let me be on the song that I did, or what did I just say? Be on a song that I did. Y'all know what I mean. He ended up saying yes, and it really just came out hot as like, that shit is fire.
Speaking of the beginning, your project that's coming out, are there any features on there?
Oh yeah. So, I got cotton mouth. So, that dude, son of the 215, my boy Denali Jeesh, he's one of them. Jay Boston, that's another one. Chirac, 151 Chirac.
Oh yeah, he's tough.
Yeah, it's actually his song, but he said I could use it. So shout out to him because he's fire, and make sure y'all listen to his shit because he be dropping music like all the time. Like, is there somebody else on the song? I think that's it.
I'm actually supposed to do an interview with him, so if he tap in and just tap in.
Yes. He's a cool dude.
So, you got the project coming out. What producers did you work with for the project?
So, I worked with like a couple of producers. Like my engineer that I'm working with, Jay Numero, he's fire. Like he's at New Mix Studios in Mattapan. So he's the one who's gonna be like doing my whole project for me. But I got different beats. Like this dude from Switzerland did Rich Beats. I got beats from him. There's a couple of other producers that I got, but I can't remember their name because I wrote it down in my phone. But when I put my shit out, they're definitely gonna get shouted out for it. So you gotta shout out the beat makers. Like you can't just leave them hanging.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
What does it take for Allahnaj to go in the studio and make a hit? Some Casamigos, some Za? What does it take to get you in your zone?
Yo, no lie, I don't even like to really drink or smoke before I perform or before I make music. Like my words just start slurring. I don't sound right. Like, so I try to wait until after I finish the song, or like. But if it's anything, it's definitely some Duce. Tell them to sponsor me. I feel like I say this to everybody. Like I spend so much money on these damn bottles. I don't even want to be signed to Jay-Z. I just want to be sponsored by DJ. I'm dead ass. So, yeah. Vote for me. And maybe some weed. But again, then I'd be mad chill. I'm already mad chill. Like, weed just makes me, like, even more chill than you can hear it in my voice. It's probably why I sound like this right now.
So, I already asked you, like, what industry artists you'd like to work with. What about any artists in Boston?
Word. I would love to work with A-Zip.
He's tough.
Yeah, like shout out to him. Who else? Why is that the only person I can think of? Like, because everybody that I wanted to do a feature with, I've already done a feature with. No bullshit. Like,
Okay.
So I'm like, except for the females I mentioned, like, definitely want to work with them.
Okay, so you got the project coming out. What about visuals?
Ooh, you know what's so crazy? I have not shot one video for any song that I've done. Like, I actually don't even watch videos. Sorry, y'all. I don't. I've never been a video watcher. So for this album, I'm definitely shooting a bunch of videos. Maybe not like a bunch, but like 4 for like my top songs. So those are definitely coming out. Stay tuned, you guys. It's amazing how I made it this far and not doing a video, but hey.
Yeah, no, that's lit. Your name's definitely buzzing around the city.
Oh, thanks, guys. I've been working my fucking ass off. Are you kidding me?
I see that. So I see that like you're like a real high energy person.
Yeah.
Is that you when the cameras come on, or is that just you 24/7?
Look at her. She's like, no, it's really her 24. No bullshit. If y'all met my mother, you would understand why I'm the way that I am. Like, I'm literally like this all the time. Some people meet me, they be like, she really like that. Like, would you want me to be a bitch when I first meet you? Like, I could be, but who wants to do that? So I would rather, I mean, it's me. I don't know how to be a bitch when I first meet you. Like, there's no point.
Yeah, that's funny because like Boston is like known for people just not being nice people. So
I know. I mean, like, if you get on my bad side, obviously, or if you're like rude to me, I'm gonna more than likely be rude back. But most people are not. I don't be having that problem with people. No lie.
So do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, my mom, my mother for sure. She's like the best woman on one of the best women on this earth. I know people get mad sensitive, so there's a lot of great women, you guys. I'm like, definitely the Body Dolls. That's this team I'm a part of. We're like a bartending, hookah, bottle service. Shout out to the team. Shout out to all of my friends that I love. I'm like my sister, my family. Like, shout out to all the artists in Boston too, and everybody that came on the show, because I watched everyone's intervw.
Oh, thank
like
you.
A stalker.
Let the people know where they can find you.
So y'all can find me on Instagram at Allahnaj. That's ALLAHNAJ, because some people get it wrong. Somebody said Allahnaj. Like, I don't know. It's Allahnaj, y'all. I'm sorry. Don't let them confuse you. But yeah, that's pretty much the main way you can find me, is on Instagram. I usually talk to everybody unless you're weird. I don't like weird people. Like, I don't know. My weird is good. I know what a weirdo is. I'm not playing. Like, what's up?
Talk your shit.
For the most part, I'll talk to you.
Yo, I appreciate you for tapping in with 2419 Productions. It's definitely been an honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me.